Hello everyone, Casey here, and welcome to my review for Heaven's Lost Property. Heaven's Lost Property is an anime I stumbled across a few months back during an anime kick that I had. I was trying to consume and see just about every anime I could get my hands on. Some of them were good, some were okay, and some were horrible. Out of the lot, only a handful really stood out to me. Psycho Pass, Kill la Kill, and of course, Heaven's Lost Property. Heaven's Lost Property is an ecchi anime derived from the manga by the same name, or Sora no Otoshimono. It first aired in Japan on October 4th, 2009. The plot centers around Tomoki Sakurai, just your average teenager who enjoys peace and quiet, relaxing, doing nothing, and of course, boobies. Yeah, you heard that right. If you're unfamiliar with the anime, you may be surprised to find out just how perverted the protagonist is in this show. Anyway, Tomoki's way of life is completely flipped upside down one fateful afternoon, when a beautiful winged girl comes crashing down from the sky. She awakes to tell Tomoki that he is, well, her master, and that her sole purpose is to serve Tomoki's every need and want. Remember a moment ago when I said that, well, some viewers may be surprised just how perverted Tomoki is in this show? Well, what do you think a super perverted boy would do if a beautiful magical girl fell from the sky, able to grant his every wish? Yes, whatever came into your mind, it more than likely happens. Whether it's turning invisible to peep on his childhood friend Sahara while she changes her clothes, pausing the world around him so he may peep and touch the girls at his school, or simply just making his beautiful servant Icarus strip, it all happens, and it doesn't just stop there. The show goes to great lengths to try and become as creative as possible with its perversion, a trait many viewers may not necessarily enjoy. While the show definitely focuses a lot of its time delving into the crazy perversion, that's not the show's only strong point. If you're able to accept the outlandish crudeness and continue watching the show, you may also be surprised by some rather touching moments. While it's certainly not anything Katawa Shoujo worthy, Heaven's Lost Property actually has a decent story, with heart and very likable characters. The show also offers a lot of questions and mysteries. As the show progresses, other angeloids fall from the sky, all of which land in Tomoki's life in one way or another. A dark evil starts to become known in the shadows, which lends to some pretty cruel and intense moments among the angels. Hell, there are even a few times that there's some kick-ass action sequences. They're brief, but don't let it be said that there isn't any. Above all though, Heaven's Lost Property is a comedy of epic proportions. Almost every episode pushes itself to new limits. Many times I had to shake my head and tell myself, yeah, that just happened. Because of the show's ability to involve magic and superpowers, it allows for some stupidly over-the-top scenes, such as the episode where the school is divided in half, boys versus girls, in an all-out snowball fight. Well, one of the characters literally turns into a 20-story tall snow monster that shoots ice from its mouth. Or the episode where Sahara gets sick of Tomoki's perverted ways, and so she uses one of the wishes against him, making it so if Tomoki even so much as looks at a pair of panties, they explode, which ends up nearly destroying his entire house by the end of the episode. Or my personal favorite, the episode where Tomoki literally turns himself into the water of a swimming pool so he may grope the girls swimming in it without anyone noticing. Hell, even when Tomoki does get caught or ends up in a situation where he can't peep because, well, he's a boy, that doesn't even stop him. He wishes for a machine that will turn himself into a female version named Tomoko. As you can see, this show pretty much defines the word ridiculous. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. This show came at a time where I was watching almost all serious anime. Attack on Titan, Death Note, Psycho Pass. This was my first strictly comedy anime that I've ever watched. It taught me that there is more to anime than just epic stories and crazy action. It told me that anime can be the best at comedy as well. Heaven's Lost Property has very likable characters. Icarus is one of the most adorable characters in any show, game, movie, or anime that I've ever seen. The jokes are spot on, even if they're usually dealing with something really perverted. The animation style itself is really bright, crisp, and beautiful. And I also think that it's funny that a lot of the time the characters, especially Tomoki, are illustrated in a chibi style. It makes for some interesting ways to look at stuff. So this is my final verdict. If you can get past or you're okay with the intense levels of perversion this show has to offer, then I recommend that you check it out. Like I said, there's more to the show than just the perverted stuff. Sit through the entire show and you may be surprised. There are 2 seasons of the show out, with a rumored 3rd in the works, even though the whispers have kind of gone quiet for some time now. But all hope isn't lost, because there are 2 feature films for the anime as well, which I strongly recommend watching after you've seen all the episodes. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Heaven's Lost Property, and if you did, please be sure to click that thumbs up button, and subscribe to stay up to date with my latest reviews. Well, until next time, guys.